I don't know. I think we're screwing the pooch there in America. I got to tell you, I think we're screwing the pooch. Because, you know, over here, how can it be so cheap? How can it possibly be that fucking cheap over here? That's just crazy. That's all I got to say about that. So here we are, folks. How you doing out there, sports fans? I hope your favorite country is winning right now in the Olympics. Me, I'm starting to go a bit wacky over here. I think I'm freaking out the locals, man. I think I'm starting to freak out the locals. It's my day to freak out the locals. When they come and try to sell me something, they try to have a conversation with me, and I'm just freaking them out, you know? Actually, you don't get that much of that over here, which is really nice. You don't get people trying to sell you stuff, but sometimes you do. And when you do, I turn on the charm like always and start freaking them out. Tell them how I'm a cowboy and how I just got shot in the hip, and that's why I've got a hitch in my get along. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've just noticed a lot of things while I've been over here wandering about and doing my thing, and you know, I don't know. I think we're screwing the pooch there in America. I gotta tell you, I think we're screwing the pooch. Because, you know, over here, how can it be so cheap? How can it possibly be that fucking cheap over here? That's just crazy. That's all I gotta say about that. It's just crazy. I mean, to be able to go out and get a pack of cigarettes, a bottle of water, a Bic lighter, and a big old bowl of faux soup for under $4 is just ludicrous. It's ludicrous, I'm telling you. It's freaking ludicrous. And you know, shit, back in California, there's no potholes in the streets. No potholes, folks. Look at. You see a pothole? I don't. No potholes to be found. You know, and they're getting the job done over here. You know? They're opening the doors and they're sweeping the floors. You know, they don't have a bunch of red tape either. You know, they can climb these trees here and just start hacking them all up. They don't care if they're intertwined in fucking high voltage wires. They don't put any cones out. They don't need to have a big Zoom meeting about it and bring out the power company. Fuck, they just climb up there and get her done, man. Just climb up there and get her done. I like that. But hey, what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, just the price, man. The price of things over here. It's insane. In such a small world that we live in now. It's a small world after all. My daughter used to love that song. She'd make me go through the Disneyland ride over and over again. That stupid Small World Disneyland ride. Over and over again. She just loved it. It drove me nuts, I think. She likes to drive me nuts. But anyhow, let's get back on track. Back on track. We're getting back on track. The cost of things over here is insane. And why in the hell, you know, people saying, well, you're in another country, man. You don't understand economics, man. Well, I understand it ain't adding up. Because I know damn well, if I go over the, I'm fine, I'm good. If I go back to America, I get myself a pack of cigarettes, a good bowl of soup like that, and a Bic lighter, and a bottle of water. You know, you're looking at $50 already. Easy, probably. You know? So it's just insane. It's insane what's happening. I mean, it doesn't add up. What we're talking about, like a 100% markup. That's like a 100% markup. It's more than that. And I'm sorry, but I mean, some of the stuff that I'm actually having is imported as well. So I mean, tariffs, whatever you want to say, taxes. All I know is I don't mind paying taxes, folks. I don't mind paying a high price for things. But gosh darn, let's see that money at work, not just filling the politicians' pockets and shit like that, you know, and these big corporate jobs for the retired fucking politicians. And you know, dude, when I finally learned, okay, here's the deal. Here's what's wrong with our country. I'll tell you right now, with USA. When I learned that there's actually lobbyists in the White House giving money to the people that we put in there to get their shit passed, I knew something was wrong, because that's just straight up bribery right there. I mean, I can't bribe a cop. I'll get busted. But there's actually companies out there that are just bribing fucking politicians to get shit passed, which is just wrong. Just wrong. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. When I learned that, I knew that there was just something wrong, because that should not happen. And that's the reason, folks, why we actually lose we lose our, you know, when the politicians, when they go into office and we vote them in there and stuff, all of a sudden they're not out amongst the people anymore. They could give a shit about us anymore. Once they get our vote, they're fucking gone. They're off the map. Yeah, they'll show up for a little event here and there, a little fundraiser, and, you know, show their face on TV and talk a bunch of bullshit out of both sides of their faces, and, you know, but that's about it. So, yeah, we've got to do something, man. We need to go on strike. We need to be more like France and just in Italy and shit, you know? Those guys just go on strike at a drop of a hat. They don't care. I mean, they'll bottleneck the whole city up. Farmers will bring their tractors to town square and, you know, start dumping dirt on the doorstep of the goddamn, whatever they call it over there, their version of their White House or whatever, or the president's door or whatever. Oh, another cute thing about over here is, you know, the trash collectors, they actually have like they sound like an ice cream truck when they go by. It's really funny. It's quite cute, actually. It's all doo 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 doo. Good times, good times. So yeah, I'm just walking around and yapping again, as usual. But yeah, we need to do something, man. We need to start, you know, no violence, no, we don't need a revolution or anything like that. Well, we may in the future, but if our striking doesn't work. But I guarantee if we all banded together, I mean, there should be no problem now with the internet, getting everybody on the same page. You know, be like, hey, what's going on? I mean, because you know what I heard? I heard that there was like I don't know, I forget what it was, like $1 billion or something astronomical, like 600 million or maybe it was 60 million, I don't know. But it was quite a lot of money. It was enough money to put $100,000 in the pocket of every homeless person in California. And you know what happened to that money? Nobody knows. They're looking for it right now. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. We voted this thing in to help the homeless out, and it was enough money to actually put $100,000 in the pocket of each homeless person, and it never arrived. Nothing arrived. They're trying to track it down right now. There's major things going on, and they don't talk about it. They did in the beginning, but nobody really got that interested, I guess. I don't know why. So they stopped talking about it. You know, our media we get fed so much crap, it's ridiculous. And it's just getting worse, you know, with the internet now. It's just everything's just getting dumbed down and doled out and hyped up, and you know, they'll latch on to one thing, and that's about it. How you doing, gentlemen? How you doing? Look at, now there's a handsome young man at work right there. Yeah, get on there. Look at that. What's he got here? He's got the Bollywood kitchen. All right. All right. Well, we'll have to come by and give this a try sometime. Big smiles everywhere. Big smiles. So yeah, I'm almost to my favorite coffee shop right now, because the coffee that I just had here in Vietnam was not that good, but their pasta was good. They give me, I mean, their noodles, they give me a nice noodle dish with a fried egg, and that was quite tasty. I enjoyed that. But yeah, we gotta do something here, man. I mean, because I'm not seeing any homeless over here, and it doesn't look like people are starving, and you know, people are getting the job done, they're getting paid, they're working. You know, I'm sure there's poverty here just like there is anywhere else. And that's another thing too. You know, if people start saying, well, go out to a small village and see what's happening there, there's poverty. Man, I came from a small village called Boulder Creek in California. And I tell you what, folks, that place was a nut job place, man, right there. Yeah, there was poverty out there for sure. I mean, you know, there was hippies out there with babies sleeping in glove compartments of old beat up buses, and fucking, you know, mold growing on the toes of women, and all kinds of shit. Mushrooms, you know, growing off the fucking sides of their heads and shit like that. So, you know, believe me, I know a little bit about small villages and poverty. Not only that, I also know in those small villages, things are super cheap. And I'll tell you right now, in my little small village, you know, you can get meth, you can get marijuana, you can get anything practically for free. They'll just give it to you. There's so much of it out there. But man, you go to the local store and try to buy yourself a pack of cigarettes, it's gonna still cost you $14, which doesn't happen in a small village over here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, son? You hear me talking at you? I tell you what, something's just not right. Something smells wrong. I smell it, and it's off. It's like a grease trap or something. It's the stinky grease trap of Americans' politics, and it's just wrong. Because here I am, I mean, this is supposedly like, you know, it's a socialist country. They actually call it this, the Socialist Society of Vietnam, or the Socialist whatever. Every neighborhood's considered a commune and shit like that. So I mean, we're pretty damn close to communism. So these guys should be getting taxed like shit, and everything we'd be spending for everything over here should be taxed like shit. But it ain't. And they still got all the facilities to take care of you. They still got good doctors. They still got good dentists. You know, the babies are healthy and they're riding on the back of scooters, and you know, people are having a good old time. So, you know, I'd almost be willing to trust a doctor over here more than I would in America, because in America, everybody's just chasing the goddamn dollar. They'll put you under the knife in America for no reason at all. Over here, they'll probably take a little bit more of a holistic approach and try to see, you know, try to get to the root cause of shit before they just, you know, throw you under the knife and stick you with a bill for $150,000, you know. Shit, for $150,000, I could buy a house over here and I'd be stress-free and I wouldn't even have a problem with my fucking hip, you know. But no, they get you. That's the thing too, right there. Here's what I've found about riding the crazy American horse, man. You know, that crazy fucking American horse. I tell you, this is what gets me right here. It's like they almost got you in this trap, you know. It's like a trap, basically. And the trap is, they want to make you crazy by working your ass off and chasing that American dream. In turn, then you need to get a psychiatrist, and then you need to get a fucking lawyer, because you do something fucking silly and stupid trying to chase that fucking dream. And, you know, next thing you know, you've got a lawyer, you're going nuts, you got a psychiatrist, and everybody's just fucking, you know, and they all cost a fortune. You know, that's another thing too. Every damn politician actually is, they have a law degree. You know, if you look at their, except for Trump, he just has like a business degree or something like that. But every other politician is, you know, they've all got it's all law. So, yeah, they're really twisting it up on us. And that's, you know, they're constantly actually, not only that, the darn lawyers now, I mean, they're putting new definitions on words constantly to keep their asses out of trouble, you know what I mean? And their high-profile clients. I mean, pretty soon we're not even gonna know the meaning of love anymore. You know, they're gonna redefine the meaning of love here pretty soon. They're gonna redefine the meaning of existence. They're gonna redefine the meaning of salt of the earth. You know, hard-working human beings. They're gonna redefine everything to their advantage, so they can make more money and stir up more shit. And that's another thing with lawyers too. I'll tell you right now. And I learned this watching my lawyer friend. It's really funny. They're not out to actually solve problems. They're out to drag it out so they can make as much money as they possibly can. I mean, you see it all the time in these different cases. I mean, they just want to drag the shit out so they can make more money. Drag it out. Drag it out. Until, you know, somebody finally just gives in and does like some stupid settlement, and they go, oh, you settled for $100,000. But little do you know, the fucking guy paid over $2 fucking million just dragging it on out, you know? So, yeah, it's just crazy. This world has just gone mad. It's just gone mad, folks. I haven't seen a single policeman over here either. That's another thing. No guns, no policemen. You know, they don't need it. They're self-regulating, man. It's almost like, it's like anarchy over here, man. You know, everybody knows to keep their P's and Q's. My good friend, my cousin and good friend told me that, well, they don't have guns because there's CCTV cameras everywhere. But yeah, I've seen a few of those. But who knows how many of those things are actually working and in use. And they seem to be on the sides of like buildings for like the security of just the building or something like that. I don't know. I don't see them on telephone poles. I don't see them up there on the telephone poles. You know? But I'm sure I'm being watched. And I'm sure I'm not just, you know, paranoid. Paranoia will destroy ya. See, they have these guys that are out here watching the scooters and stuff and keeping the scooters in line, like this guy right over here. He is probably, hey, how you doing? Right on. Hey, boom. There we go, right on. See, you got a lot of these cats out here, and I don't know. Supposedly you're supposed to keep your eyes out for their green socks. If they got green socks, they are the government. But they all got wonderful smiles on their faces, and they're always ready to point you in the right direction. Unlike our comps in America that have these pompous jackass looks on their faces, and ready to point you in the wrong direction just to get their guns out and shoot you. No, I'm not against the cops. But I've had a few bad run-ins with them, but I've always tried to keep myself. I've always fooled myself, maybe fooled myself, maybe I'm right or maybe I'm wrong. I've always tried to say they're there to protect us, but sometimes I wonder. Do we really need them there to protect us? Because a lot of times they're just looking for a good party where their itchy triggers could get off, you know what I mean? They all got these itchy triggers that they need to get off. They don't even get hard-ons anymore. They just got itchy trigger fingers, that's all. Yeah, their penises went limp a long time ago, and now they're just walking around with itchy fingers and you know, armed to the gills and ready to fire at will, you know, fire on their own will, just looking for somebody to make a wrong goddamn move. That's what they're doing too. And I mean, isn't that nervous? Just having these guys walk around armed to the gills, just looking for you to do something wrong. I mean, it makes me nervous because I'm always feeling like I'm doing something wrong now. I'm just like, for a long time, I felt like I couldn't even go into public over there. It was just like, I was so afraid that they were going to lock me up. But now I'm out and about again, and boy, did I ever go out and about. I'm in Da Nang, Vietnam, baby. And I'm loving it. I've been here for almost a month, and I got a couple more weeks left, so I'm going to enjoy until I go back to the American horse. I got to get back on that American horse and hope it doesn't just drive me batshit loco. Or either I'm gonna have to get over there and grab my wife and get her the hell out of there too, because Lord knows I don't think it's too good for either one of us, our psyches. You know, she's from Finland. You know, I'm kind of used to it, but I'm still. I gotta tell you guys, I'm a little naive when it comes to a lot of things. Even though I seem like I'm an amazing genius, I'm a little naive. And yeah, I mean. Well, I think I stayed naive because I don't want to get lost in conspiracy theories, because that's just how naive I can get. So that's a good one right there. I'm a little naive, but I don't want to get lost in my naive. Otherwise, I'll end up believing in conspiracy theories and become a conspiracist. That's funny. Because, man, that's no way to live. Being afraid all the time and stocking up on dried goods and you know, masturbating in a cave or some shit. That's no way to live. Jeez, come on people. We got to get out there. We got to see the world. We got to show them that we care. We got to show them that we're still open and that we love them. And you know how it goes. Well, here's my favorite cafe for the best coffee in town. Right here, Milano Coffee. All right. Ooh, they got the best coffee I have ever had. Their salted coffee is just to die for. It's like a million angels peeing on your tongue. I tell you what, folks, So we'll get back to you right after these messages, okay? So stay tuned and stay sober, and I love you. Who loves you, baby?